Are you now, or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
It is perfectly clear to me, gentlemen, that if you continue in this particular fashion...
As Cold War rivalry developed with the Soviet Union, Congress looked into reports that Russian agents had access to American atomic secrets or had infiltrated the government itself.
Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I'm framing my answer in the only way in which any American citizen can frame his
Then you
answer
denied,
to a question
then you...
which invades his, absolutely invades
Then
his
you
right.
denied, you refused to answer that question. Is that correct? Are you or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
I believe I have the right to be confronted with any evidence which supports this question. I should like to see what you have.
Oh, well, you would.
Yes.
If I had my way about it, they'd all be sent back to Russia or some other unpleasant place.
Famous witnesses received feature billing at the hearings.
I believe that the entire nation should be alerted to its menace today.
Hollywood stars called to testify drew attention to the committee, and Truman wondered if the hearings weren't just a big show.
The only American Activities Committees and these rabid so-called anti-communists never tried to prove any charges they made. They just made the charges, hoping that something would come of what they made. And when you get a spy campaign like that started, you have nothing but smears. And I was determined that we were not going to have government by smear.
Just as the campaign seemed to fade for lack of substance, Whittaker Chambers, an ex-communist, accused Alger Hiss, a former employee of the State Department, of having been a Soviet agent. Richard Nixon, a young congressman from California, pursued the facts of the case.
These documents were fed out of the State Department over 10 years ago by communists who were employees of that department and who were interested in seeing that these documents were sent to the Soviet Union.
Alger Hiss was convicted by a federal court, not of treason, but of perjury before the committee. His defenders called him a victim of hysteria, but others said he was part of an international conspiracy and pushed the search for more traitors. Senator Joseph McCarthy of Wisconsin took over the leadership of the Red Hunt, concentrating his attacks on the State Department, often accusing without investigating. Truman was concerned.
People in the government were being fired on the most flimsy of excuses. A great many of them absolutely unjustly. I had to do something about it. What I was after was security, but not at the price of injustice.